Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Drifter Saloon. Ven Corbin here, bringing you the next featured superstar from WWE Champions. The era for this superstar is Hall of Fame, the class is Trickster, and we are looking at Chyna. Chyna is a very, very versatile character, so you'll be hearing the V word a lot today. Versatility seems to be the word of the evening. Besides that, we're going to look at the coaching statistics, being blue and green gem damage increased. So if you have a character that utilizes blue and green gems a lot, i.e. Dawkins, Dragon, things like that, this character may be the coach for you. Besides that, we have everything else in order. We're going to jump in to the critiques like people have given us, and then we'll show you the scores at the end. As per usual, this is a for fun thing that we do by putting them on a tier list together. So please do not send any hate or anything malicious content towards anybody of the content creator variety. That being said, jumping into it, we're going to start off with 2Bob. 2Bob says, good card overall, solid trap gem damage, has big potential with some rare trainer coaches, aka Acro Dragon, but doesn't get a bigger score due to being Hall of Fame and requiring those tokens. So as his versatility seems to be a big word, these tokens seem to be the biggest drawback. Godflow is next. That's right, we're jumping past Benny, Big Papa Gaming, Davey D, and DJ Anon, as none of them had a score to give this week, as well as no comment to give either. So you will see 4 scores missing. As you can see, we'll be moving past them now. Godflow says 8.5 base with 9 if the gears are attributed. Unlimited setups. The Goddess of Trap Gems joins a depleted female Hall of Fame women's roster with one of the biggest tag links in the game. The tag link for Hall of Fame, if you are not aware, is +4 MP, so it is a big deal if you can get the benefit of having a link there. So 8.5 with a 9 with gears. Obviously, it doesn't seem that the gears seem to do too much for her. If anybody is curious, this is what the gears do. 1 gear. Moves that generate all color gems will create 4 more all color gems, and then if you have all 3 gears, trap gems do 100% more damage. So she does get better with both gears. That being said, neither of them are any sort of, greatness. They're not needed. Goldie's up next saying, wow, versatile as fiddlesticks. 3 types of trap gems that either go boom, boost gem damage, or steal MP. Stun move as well. Trickster dodge, gears, don't need them. They're just icing on the cake. So essentially, kind of read that a little quick. So 3 types of trap gems that either go boom, boost gem damage, or steal MP. There's 3 different types of trap gems. She is the queen of trap gems, like Godflow previously said. And she has a stun move, which is awesome to see a stun move that's not on a zombie character. Trickster dodge, because she is a trickster, so she does have that, I believe it's 3%. Yes, she has a 3% move dodge, which does benefit. And then Goldie says, gears, ? Don't need them, they're just icing. So again, another content creator that agrees the gears are not really a necessity. I really, all caps, love her different gameplay styles, and I hate, all capitalized, that I had to give her back after the preview. Big sad, F's in chat, etc. Let Chyna in solo. Very, very much, it would be great to see Chyna in the Hall of Fame as a solo person and not part of some sort of clique, if anyone's curious. J-Man up next saying, really versatile character. There's that V word again. You got triple MP steal, skip turn, traps that cascade like Z-Taker, traps that buff gem damage, and an awesome finisher. Pick your poison. Gears are good, but not absolutely necessary. With Acro Dragon, 50% gem damage strap, and 2 gears, she would be quite amazing. Hall of Fame Wendy has a higher max damage, but Chyna is going to get the job done just fine. Great card, looks like a lot of fun too. And from what I've seen, I very much agree. Like, if you could get that gem damage up even more, she's going to be something to argue with. All right. Gerson is up next. G-Man himself gave us quite the paragraph to read through, but he gave us quite an insight. So we're going to read through all this together. If the card was a male, it would probably be about an 8.0. But based on the fact that the card is female and the landscape of those, I got to rate her 9.0. That does not take into account the scarcity of tokens to level her up, though. So Gersan gave her a 9, but that's not counting the Hall of Fame tokens that are going to be needed to take her higher. That being said, she hits very hard, can cycle every turn if she even needs those turns, and has multiple viable and fun movesets. The gears are pretty good, but neither of them are needed to make her good either. It's just a nice little bonus. Gotta keep in mind, though, that no testing was done against actual 5-star golds yet, so I could be off a little on her performances, but still just based on the numbers rather than the health percent she could probably get, still take out some 5-star golds on turn 1. With luck, but would be more consistent on turn 2 more likely. If she performs as I think she will against 5-star golds, she still has potential to be towards the top end of top 5 females. So, breaking down, Gersan said a lot there, but essentially we haven't really seen her against a 5-star gold yet from Gersan's point of view, and even still, being 1 or turn 2, the fact that she's hitting as high as she is and the kind of potential that she'll be putting out, there's a good chance that Chyna has the potential of being a top 5 character. From what I've seen from a lot of the various previews, I would agree with that. I think that she's easily the top 5 of female tricksters. But top 5 overall, I mean, yeah, she can hit very hard. Myself, Ven, I have not given my personal review of her, but Gersan is very close. I would say Goldie's also on the mark too. She's so versatile. Everybody who said that she was versatile, I very much agree with that concept. Alright, let's move on. Sheik says, I like that Chyna has a double trap setup. It is definitely a hard-hitting Hall of Fame female, but a bad board can negate some of her hard-hitting ability right off the bat turn 1. The other thing I could foresee is having to swap movesets back and forth, constantly depending on your opponent, which can be tedious. Very tedious, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have not really had the chance to look into what a bad board would look like with Chyna, but I'm going to assume that, just like it is with every other character, a bad board is something that is going to happen from time to time. But she still has a very good way to shake out some damage with the trap gems. So, Merrick's up next. It says, super good and versatile, there's that V word again, but Hall of Fame tokens suck. If it wasn't for Hall of Fame tokens, she'd be a 9.5. Very, very fun to play. So, yes, the Hall of Fame tokens are going to be a very tough drawback to get over, because if you're getting all these characters in the Hall of Fame month, you may not want to put those tokens towards Chyna. You may see a different superstar and think, that's who I want to put those tokens into. Retro says, first off, coach things aside, as a Dawkins user, so we have somebody who is using Dawkins, she's a must for me. 20% gem damage on both green and blue gems is huge. Shame the tokens are going to be hard to get, but hopefully one day I will get her, as I doubt I will get her from a bag. We'll update hopefully before the video is done onto the card. I haven't seen the card firsthand as I missed the previews due to work, but doesn't look too bad from just looking at the card. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you wanted to take a second yourself and look at the way that a lot of her moves are set up, she's very, very versatile. She's very good, and you can even look at her and be like, man, that's the kind of card that I'd be happy to use. Sapper, holy versatility, all in capitals, 9.5. She's got a great coach ability and several movesets that are turn 1. Love her, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. If I went back through and read this, there's 3 after the holy versatility, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Chyna gets 11 exclamation points from Sapper. So, very good to know that Sapper is on board for the Chyna train. And then last but not least, Zinker saying, her black movement that generates purple gems lets you choose where to put them, and that helps a lot to not cause a premature pin. Very true. If you're trying to do a setup for any, sort of your trap gems, things like that, you can place those purple gems in a way that won't cause a pin. So very true, Zinker. And her finisher recharges the black moves, so it recycles in a good way. Her red moves and another purple, I think they go much more with luck than strategy. In the Merrick's video, there was no way to make the combination of red or purple after using the 2 red moves. But if you have the combinations, later causing these 2 moves to cause great damage. Casting these moves to cause great damage. So, yeah, I think that there's still a way to cycle them, Zinker. But, I mean, from what you're saying, obviously you want to go with the most consistent moveset. And you'll get that when you try to utilize something like the black moveset and her reds. So the reds and the purples and the black, all very good. Obviously, you're not going to get that out of the stun move, but maybe that's where the stun comes in handy and allows you to get extra turns in. But at a 9 cost, it's kind of high. All right, overall, a lot of people gave a lot of great reviews. Again, thank you so much for the content creators for being a part of this and giving me your review. For those of you who don't know, I had a burst pipe this weekend, so I didn't really get to stream, and of course, I didn't get to really be on top of everything, so I apologize if this seems rushed, as I wasn't really able to be around. But these content creators that did pull through for me, I super appreciate it, and again, yeah, so I'm sorry about that. But let's jump into the part that everyone loves the most. Boom! We are looking at the scores overall. We have a 7, 8.5, 9.5, 9, 9, 8.5, 9, 8, 9.5, 8, and 9. So the retro score of the day goes to 2Bob, giving Chyna a 7. I will confirm that by looking at 2Bob's message to me. Where is it? Yep, Hall of Fame Chyna, ratings, 1.5 allowed, 7. So 2Bob did give us a rating of 7, being the lowest, and then we have Sapper and Goldie giving the highest scores of 9.5 each. So thank you for that. Totaling out at an 8.6. So this says tier 2. Technically it'd be tier 1.5. I think if we actually got the... I don't know if my mouse shows it does. If we got these scores in here, I think it would have tilted more towards a tier 1. So Hall of Fame Chyna does come in at a tier 1.5. We're going to put her there. We may, again, we want to be as critical as we can about these characters. So do not take this the wrong way. Chyna is still a phenomenal character, but we want to make sure that if we see a tier 1 character or a perfect 10, if we ever see a perfect 10 character, that it's something that is phenomenal, you know, a real mile marker for the community. And I don't think that Chyna is going to be, you know, she's not an Acro Snoop, she's not a King Macho, you know, so she's, I think, a 1.5 like maybe even 1.25. She's almost a tier 1. Yes, but the Hall of Fame tokens is a thing. That's why we see this at a 1.5, folks. So don't take this the wrong way. Chyna's a great character, but you will have to utilize Hall of Fame tokens on this, and that is a drawback, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not sitting on a ton of Hall of Fame tokens. So if I use mine, I'm using them on a character that I really think needs them. That being said, again, thank you so much to the content creators. And then thank you to you guys that are watching these videos. If you get a chance to subscribe, I know that I don't usually plug this often, but I'm trying to grow the YouTube. So please subscribe, like, comment, leave me some feedback if there's something you'd like to see done differently. As this grows more, I hope to, do more with the content creators and see what else we can do to grow the featured superstars as a whole. So, you guys are phenomenal. I appreciate every single one of you. And until next time, take it easy.